Good day to everybody. I'm Reverend Father Professor Francis Appiah from Ghana. I'd like first and foremost to appreciate the invitation from the planning committee to participate in this Congress. I'm deeply grateful. And I've been asked to talk about 5 key lessons of synodality for the church in Africa, which are founded the Church Family of God in Africa. The synod, as we all know, and as I personally think, is a moment of kairos, a moment of grace. It's an opportune time for the church in Africa to critically re-examine itself and all its internal mechanisms. People which have been giving me the title, as I've said, trying to tackle about 5 points. And the first point will be dealing with the agents of evangelization. Their formation is actually what is the key here, the formation of the agents of evangelization. I'm not thinking only of priests and bishops, but then also of catechists and also all leadership roles that we play in the church at the level of the laity as well. All these people need proper formation so as to advance the cause of the Church of Family of God, as we have all agreed to in communion, in participation, in achieving the mission that God has entrusted to us in this country, in this continent. So the formation for me is very important, theologically, and that will help us know to acquire the skills, the knowledge that is really important for each one of us to play its role in the church. The second problem that I want to tackle under these lessons for the synod is on the hierarchical or ecclesial authority, where decision is taken. It's most often in this our church, that pyramid. We would like to suggest to reflect with everybody, and as I've done on my paper, that authority, in this synod or in the church is supposed to be seen as a service and not as imposition. And secondly, what is most important for me is to take it from the theology of the Church Family of God, where each one of us, the fundamental aspect of the Church Family of God is the fact that we have one Father, which is God, and we have one brother, Jesus Christ, and all of us, of course, are brothers and sisters. So there are 3 basic things here: the paternity of God, the fraternity that among us, and also our affiliation with God the Father. And so, since we are sons and daughters of God, the relationship should be that and nothing else. So the question of hierarchy has to be seen as a service and nothing else. So if you are rendering a service to your brother, to your sister, it should not actually be a kind of imposition. You have to be with the brother, beside the brother, and not above him or her. So that is really the second point that we would like to treat, and I think it's a good thing that we have to do. The third thing that we want to talk about is about the responsibility and the role of the laity faithful in the church. Let us not forget that the word laity, laos, actually, it simply means the people. And which kind of people? The people of God. So those who are accepted to be Christians, who are accepted to be God's children, became God's people. And so fundamentally, everybody, be priest, bishop, or pope, we are all people of God, one people of God. And from that is the fundamental truth. And so everybody has to respond to that particular kind of responsibility. It is from the laity that we have selected people or chosen people who have become priests or who are bishops. And so the bishops all of us should know that the laity or the lay are not ancillary to priests, but they constitute the forefronts of the frontline workers of the church's evangelization ad intra, and that is very important. that we should all know. In order to work together in communion and participate in the church, we have to recognize the role of the faithful. And therefore, the synod, the theology of the synodality, must also insist on that common, what we call universal baptism of all of us. We are all children of God. And the fourth will also come into play. We will insist on the relational networks to underscore the unity and diversity as major source of ecclesial communion. The synod talks about communion, participation of all of us. That is very important, but then we need to be connected to one another. The connectivity is very important. Relationality is very important. That is found within the family. We are related to one another. We need theologically to enhance that so that we can live peacefully in communion in the church and in Africa. In that sense, the big question of favoritism, ethnocentrism, and clanism, tribalism should not have place in the synodal church, not churches anymore. We have to be very careful to do away with such kind of virus that is a great havoc, causing great havoc to our very being or the very being of the church. The last thing that we want to put across on this note is about the dichotomy that normally exists between orthopraxy and orthodoxy. Most of them we teach, we speculate, we investigate, but everything is left on the intellectual side. Hardly are we able to harmonize our doctrine with praxis. And this is where the word listening have come to play. We need to make sure that our work is, as my last point, insists on listening to harmonize doctrine and praxis, listening to dialogue, and listening to discernment. So all of us are participants, we are not spectators. I hope this will help us all to build a church, a participatory church, and a church for everyone of them. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon in June. God bless you. Bye.